Welcome to Bean Theory.
My name is Carlos Orozco, and my wife Linda and my two daughters, Alyssa and Kylie. We are the Bean Theory. We're the Bean Theory family. We've structured this company. This has been a long time dream since we lived in New Mexico. Started back like in 2011. Me and my wife had been talking about wanting to start our own business, wanting to do our own thing. She's always wanted to do a coffee shop or a tea store of some sort, and or a tea shop. And so last year I took the decision to leave Chevron to start a new journey in my life and continue to just do new things. And so because this was one of our dreams, we decided to pursue it. When I mentioned it to the family, everyone was excited about it. Everyone wanted to be a part of it. And so as you see today, we're all involved. We do this, we set up periodically in different places, and then we have a designated location, which is at the Midland Pound for Pound Boxing Academy. That is our boxing gym as well. That's another place where we also serve the community as well, where, we work with students from all ages, from anywhere from the ages 5 and up. Yeah, something different, right? It wasn't part of this, but it is. It took us roughly around, give or take around 6 months. We had the trailer built from the ground up, designed exactly the way we wanted it. We had the countertops installed specifically a certain way. We had, the whole system put in the way we wanted it. We chose a specific brand of company that we wanted to use for output on the coffee, and so it was just very unique. It was designed very unique for for example, for these types of events. So most coffee machines that you see in coffee trailers can do like roughly anywhere between 10 to 60 cups, in a 2-3 period hour. This thing can kick out up to 300 cups. So it can kick them out as fast as the people can turn the machine. And so that makes a big difference. And then another thing is, most people, when they do it, they buy the store-bought beans, and we've kind of really deviated from that and kind of journeyed our way to study like who makes the best beans. And I won't tell you who we get ours from because that's the secret, right? But that's what makes it different, is the style of beans that we use. And then of course, like you see, we have the E64 machine, and what the E64 machine is it's kind of little, you can kind of see it's kind of got coffee all over, but what this machine does is the output and the grind that it does to the coffee is very unique. It doesn't allow the coffee to sit too long into the machine because of how fast it runs through it. And so it really doesn't allow it to lose its flavor. And so if you hear a lot of people, when they talk about our coffee, the first thing they're going to say is, man, this got a real rich taste. And that's the ultimate goal, is to be able to provide a coffee that does have that rich taste to it. We use a dark roast coffee.
Okay. Not a lot of people use dark roast.
No, not a lot of people.
Or medium to light.
Yep. Okay. And there's a reason why we chose the dark, but that's kind of just in-house kind of type of secrets. Yeah. So I actually do. And so what I was going to do is, before you leave, we were going to give you a shot.
Okay.
It's an Italian shot that we've it's our own style of coffee that we make. Espresso coffee is kind of in the Eastern. It's mixed with milk, and it's made into you see today like the caramel lattes and all that stuff like that. Well, there's other places like Italy and stuff like that where the coffee is drank within like 15 seconds. Like, you should never last more than 15 seconds on a coffee, is the way they see it. And so they provide these little shot glasses like this, and usually this is what a cup of coffee should really look like. Yeah. And so, but we've kind of deviated to that, to this. No, I'm kidding. Yes. Yeah. So before it's all up, you're going to be having a shot. And and if you like, we can go and start prepping it for you maybe, and you can kind of just get a visual of what we do for it. Yeah. Would you be interested in that? Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to do a fresh cut. There's yours, and then I'm just going to get you a fresh cut real quick. And mind you, it's a very small drink, but it's very strong. So what it is just a straight shot with some cold foam on top. And once we hit the cold foam on the top, what we're going to do is we're going to just sprinkle just a little bit of cinnamon on top, just to kind of give it a unique flavor. And then what I'll usually do is I'll give it just a small twist, just to kind of embed the cinnamon into the drink, which kind of gives it that brown look that you see in a lot of the drinks that you see today. And then once you do that, what we're going to do is we're going to top it once again with a little bit of cinnamon. And I'm just going to allow this for you to take that shot. And Tell me what you think. So, what do you think?
I think you got it. I think you have it down.
It's definitely a different taste, right? So, so instead of having to get a big cup of coffee and drive down the road with a cup of coffee in your hand, if you take a shot like this, your cup of coffee is done.
Yeah.
So
it's really smooth. I was not expecting that.
okay, awesome,
I like that.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you
that's
so
the
much.
shot, and so yeah, so we do kick those out, only to certain people. I usually don't. We don't. Usually offer them all the time, but we do have a lot of regular customers, and they do know about them. So that's kind of like the secret drink that's on the menu that no one knows about.
Okay.
But if you've been here a couple of times, now you know,
Now you
right?
know, yeah.
So if you guys are interested, now you know. It took a while. It really did. It took a while. I mean, as you can see, just building the trailer alone and getting it the way we wanted, it took us roughly around 6 months. But the whole theory of it was more based on, because there's so many different types of drinks, you always want to ask yourself which one is the right drink. Which one should I make that's everyone is gonna like, right? And so because there's so many different, coffee, companies, you have Starbucks, you have all of the other ones underneath them, right? And everyone makes their drinks very similar, but just different names. But one of the things that we really wanted to challenge ourselves is, what is the best coffee that you can make in the smallest amount that has the same amount of effect? And that's kind of where the cortado comes. And so that comes into play. And so to me, it was more of it's a theory, it's a question, right? No, we're going to find out. And so whenever you see something go into a thought process of a theory, then you say to yourself, well, you know what, we're going to give it some time and let's just see what the people say. And they'll be the ones to give us the answer of which is the best drink. And so far, we kind of already know where that is.
Yeah. Are you a cortado only guy, or do you try to dabble here and there?
I honestly, I am. That's usually how whenever I come to run the coffee machine, that's what I do. I'll take a shot and I'm done. I'm good to go for the day. And so, yeah, that's
just a one and done for
that's
the day?
it. I really am.
By taking the
Actually, the machine has a calibration system in it, and so we have to recalibrate the machine. We recalibrate the grinder, and then we weigh it, and then we do that in the morning, and then we do it maybe midday just to make sure things still operating the way it does. And then we have, of course, one of my daughters, I'm not going to say which one, but she's got this down to a T, and she knows by just the scoop of how much comes out right away if we're off calibration. Yeah. And sometimes she'll tell us, let's take a pause, and then we'll recalibrate.
That's awesome.
And then we kind of go there. Lemonade. So today one of our specialties is going to be the lemonade. We're here at this tournament, this classic tournament. And, with the hot sun, everyone likes coffee, but you know what? You also need something to rehydrate you. Lemon is good for you, so you can't go wrong with the lemonade, right?
Okay. And they can add different...
Yeah, we have a bunch of different flavors. We have cherry, strawberry, just a big variety of different flavors that we offer to them. Yes, on the dirty sodas, it's the same thing. We have a variety of flavors on there. Variety of different flavors of drinks, variety of different flavors of syrups. So you just kind of twist it up the way you want. Well, one of the golden hour is one that's
Midland Pink Pearl.
okay. I'm sorry, the Midland Pink Pearl. Well, I have my favorites. Okay, and so the Midland Pink Pearl. That is obvious. That's hands down. That's probably the highest sold drink that we have.
Okay, what's in it?
So that's Sprite. It's got. Y'all want girls? Y'all want to fill in here because the pressure's on me, and let's just fill in.
It's a Sprite with a mix of strawberry and vanilla bean flavoring, and it also has cold foam on top, and we put different toppings on it, just kind of seasonal, and that's it. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Thank you for helping out. So my wife and I, we're from a small town called Lovington, New Mexico, and over there was a specific drink that we always used to go get, right? And so we would always say to ourselves, oh, we have to drive 2 hours to go get that drink. Yeah. And so now that we were able to offer the dirty sodas, we were like, let's kind of give it a small twist of our own and create one of our own. Okay. And so we did. And so now the Desert Oasis. The Desert Oasis is a drink that there's so many drinks. For me, I'm I struggle with even just trying to keep up with them because the girls are always coming up with great ideas, new drinks. They always have something to add to the list, and so they can't. It's just something that it's spontaneous and just always just keeps growing. So yes, definitely test them at home. We definitely test them at home. We do a lot of trial and erroring and discussing and tweaking and seeing who's right and who's is better. And so we'll even do little polls and we'll do a sampling test, and then no one's allowed to say who made it, and then we just give everybody a taste of, you know, a various amount of drinks, and then everyone takes a sample, and then based off of the poll, that's what determines what the ingredients is going to be for that drink. Yeah, so that's kind of how we do it. The caramel latte.
Caramel latte?
Yes, definitely. Iced caramel latte.
That's the top contender?
Yes, it is. I feel like it's probably one of our strongest sell drinks. It's pretty simple to make. It's really fast, and I feel like it just got the right taste in it. And a lot of people, I feel like the caramel kind of, you know, it complements the espresso, and so you kind of don't get that real strong coffee taste. So it kind of mouths it out, and it kind of gives it a sweet taste. And then if you get it iced, it kind of really refreshes you. So I feel like there's a lot of good qualities in that one. Yes. So we have the buckets. The buckets, we've been doing the buckets. We've been doing the buckets now on the lemonade. And so, I mean, you know, yes, we'll do it in the matcha. We'll do it in the chai. We'll do it in the strawberry swirl. Like, there's a bunch of different ones. And just when you get a chance, if you guys are curious, click on the link and she'll attach, and you're welcome to look at the menu. And then again, it's a theory. You can test it, you can twist it, you can add it, you can add flavors. There's no wrong way to make any drink. Four shots. Yeah, definitely a strong drink, and I highly recommend, if you're gonna get a bucket, it's always probably a good idea to share with someone.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I guess the only thing I really wanted to say is, you know, like I guess overall, the whole concept of this business was to teach my family how to be entrepreneurs, business-minded, understand at an early age what it's like to run a business, understand what it takes to run a business. And on the side of that, the unity and the camaraderie that we have, and like all of the, you know, things that we get to do together to be able to make this happen has really been a big blessing to our family. We've always been tight, but I feel like this has just been that final thread that just really strengthens that family and just makes it a family of unity. And you know, if you look on our cups, we have, can you zoom in on that one right there?
Yes.
What is that? Psalms 34:8, right?
Yeah.
So, we and if you go in our gym walls, you can see, we have Proverbs 30:30. One of the things that we try to do is we try to make sure that we implement that God's first on everything that we do. And so I feel like that just brings it's what seals the deal for us. It's just making sure that we're teaching our kids that, if you're starting a business, as long as you put God first and you let Him lead, you'll always get good results. If you put it in your hands, you're going to get your results. And so God will never let you down.